Hi, I'm Thrifty Tim, and it's Tuesday afternoon. So this is Tuesday afternoon with Thrifty Tim. Uh, Sir James tried coming up a little bit ago, but his couldn't hear anything. He had hear what he was saying, and so he's having to reboot. Hi, Mike. I'm back from vacation, and I'm ready to go today. Now, I know Calvin was planning on coming up today too, but I'm not sure when he'll be on. Uh, so, but yeah, by vacation I got back on Sunday morning, but we we were gone for over a week. We were house sitting and cat sitting for my daughter, uh, and so my my wife got a lot of rest that she really needed. I let her sleep in every day, but some of the mornings my daughter's cat had didn't. Well, I was just by up in Wisconsin by near Janesville in in a town. And so, but my wife and I just got some rest that we are needing up there, and no, I didn't get any music when I was up there because the record store I used to go to in Janesville, they closed, and so uh, so well, hello George, how are you doing? Okay, here we go.
Now
Hi
can
Jane.
you hear me?
Oh yeah, you're
Okay, I
loud.
have to reboot. Yeah, sometimes StreamYard messes up with the mic, so it's hard to get it going, but thank God it works.
Yep. And we Calvin said he'll be up in 5 minutes, and
That's good.
Mike and George are already on here. So so
Oh, Tim, George needs a wrench too because he's good.
yeah, I'll get him it eventually. Just that right now I'm just you could say recovering from my vacation.
Okay, sounds like a plan, Stan. I'm gonna send a message to the organ that you're live.
Uh, and so yeah, I did watch a lot of movies on my vacation.
You did you?
Yeah, there's one I want to wait until Jorgen's up because it's when I think it was on. No, it was on Samuel Goldwyn channel on that I watched on the Roku channel. They had a Norwegian movie on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I watched the one you recommended the day the music died. What a fantastic documentary! I
yeah,
really loved it.
yeah. I thought you well see like now you see why I mentioned where my hometown's at.
Hmm.
Yeah, because uh, you know you might have got the name of the airport that they were taking off from with the for the crash.
Yeah.
The Mason City Airport. See, my hometown is Mason City, Iowa. So, and I've been over by the crash site. I saw Three Dog Night hit in the surf ballroom. This was back in the '90s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so because they were the uh, first group that they had there because after they renovated it to get it back to looking like it originally did. So
Mm-hmm. As you can see, I'm rocking the Iron Maiden today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do like it. I do dabble in a bit of heavy metal. And I like Motorhead, AC/DC, and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I saw AC/DC with Bon Scott back in '79.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was up Mississippi River Jam 2 over it was in Davenport, Iowa. And because my brother, sister, and I, and one of my sister's friends all went to it, but my sister and her friend were sitting in like the bleachers. My brother and I were sitting like on second base. It was in a minor league baseball stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but they have you watch Stranger Things, don't you?
Yeah, I've watched it all 4 seasons.
Oh, here's Calvin.
Hey, Calvin.
Here's me.
Yes, and I did finish that. I got through all the way through season 4. Watched of Stranger Things, but on Paramount Plus they have a new movie on there called Honor Society, and one of the leading guys in the movie is the one that played Destin. The one that plays Destin in Stranger Things.
I saw the cover for that. It looks like I might watch that movie.
Yeah, I watched it on Sunday. So,
Is it any good?
It's not bad.
Yeah, I might have to check it out.
When it started up, it seemed sort of weird, but as it moved on, it got pretty good.
I'll have to see the trailer for it first to see if it'll pique my interest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, shoot. Calvin, did you watch that? Did you watch that stream that I sent you?
Oh, the Jerry Reed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's on his album When You're Hot, You're Hot, and I had watched it just earlier in the day.
Man, was he serious or was he drunk?
Well, he put it on an album.
No, I mean when he did that performance, because it's like, how can you be an artist, doing all these shows and you don't know how to plug yourself in?
He was probably joking around. And okay, Mike. I was pretty much in JJ's territory for that week. It's I know JJ's been over in that area at times, so yeah, it's because it's a town outside. It's like northeast of Janesville, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
there was no thrifting over there.
I did. There's one thing I can show real quick.
All right.
If I can find where I said it. Oh, there it is. See, we went to a library sale like on that last Monday, and
Did you buy the library?
No. I bought a bunch of books and stuff there, but what I'm showing is DVD that I got for $1 there.
Oh, wow.
Make myself big.
Ooh. 8 timeless classics. Wow.
and
pretty
looking
cool.
at the movies. And I got this for $1.
We got Lassie in there, Time Wolf. I love wolves. I love to watch the Time Wolf movie.
War of the Red Fern Girls, of course, and Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer.
Wow, that'll keep you busy for a few nights.
Yeah, it's on a 2-disc set, over 11 hours.
Wow.
So, but other than that, I've got around all books. I'm going to be making doing a video about what the books I picked up later this afternoon or tonight, showing what all I got at that library sale, because it was going on all weekend. On Monday it was regular sale prices, but on Friday we went again because we found out that they were doing Fella bag, a big grocery bag, a paper grocery bag, Fella bag for $2.
Well, Scott Dog, to be honest with you, I thought it was a great band, Dred Zeppelin, and the lead singer dresses up like Elvis in there. That was funny.
In what one?
Dred Zeppelin. Hey, JJ.
Oh, yeah, Dred Zeppelin. They are a band. I've seen them in concert.
So have I.
Just that they didn't. Buttboy didn't drop his pants when we saw them. When I saw him, it was on his 50th birthday.
Yeah, I don't think we saw him at the same time. I didn't recognize you there.
Yeah, because because this was on Labor Day weekend. And it used to be on every day weekend. They'd have a big music festival here in Rockford. They'd have like 5 or 6 stages that scattered about in the downtown area of Rockford. And
I saw them at a very small venue in on the campus of University of South Florida when I was getting my master's degree.
Okay.
So that would be like 90, 91.
Okay, you saw them earlier than I did. Because this was in 2006, 2007. Well, JJ, on my vacation last week, I was up in Milton. That's where my daughter lives, and ended up back in that area yesterday because we ended up going back up there. My wife went to do some laundry for my daughter on like the Monday we were on Monday because my daughter had some bedding and stuff to be washed. My wife went to wash it, and the washing machine stopped or wasn't draining. And so she went. My wife went talking with the lady that lives below my daughter, and she made a call. And next thing we knew, I thought it was a maintenance guy that came, but it was the owner of the apartments. And she said, "Yeah, okay, we're going to have to get a new washing machine." And he said that was probably the one that was originally put in there 22 years ago.
Wow.
So that was some excitement. She hadn't gotten the washing machine yet, so we brought her a bunch of laundry back with us. That was some excitement. She hadn't gotten the washing machine yet.
Hey, Jorgen.
We brought her a bunch of laundry. Jorgen, do you have your?
I think you got YouTube still on.
Okay.
I realize that. Please
Yeah,
proceed.
but but so on Sunday we brought my daughter's dirty laundry with us, and was doing that and took it back up there yesterday. And we ate at a restaurant I haven't eaten at before in Janesville. It's called the Milwaukee Grill.
Were you listening to Don Henley while you were bringing the laundry back and forth?
No.
Dirty Laundry?
Yeah, I have the album.
Kicking when they're up, kicking when they're down. Well, guys, I got some sad news for you. We lost some legends over the weekend. We lost NBA legend Bill Russell, and we lost another crew member of the Starship Enterprise, Lieutenant Uhura.
Yep. And she had, and if I remember right, there was some. She paved ways for some, like for women and especially black women, with the being a black woman in a major TV series like that. And
I know. And that controversial episode with the interracial kiss between Kirk and Uhura.
Yeah.
Oh, Jorgen, you're being asked to do washing, are you?
Yeah, and I say JJ don't want to know what I'll do to it.
Well,
can shrink all his clothes.
Jorgen, I was going to tell you this was last week. I watched a movie that turned to a movie that looked interesting, and then I noticed some writing when they're talking about different locations, and they said, "Oh, that must be a Scandinavian movie." It ended up being it was from Norway in 2019 called The Tunnel.
Never heard of it.
It was pretty interesting about a big oil tanker rig, the one with the two trailers, pretty much, and it's going through a tunnel, and it takes place just before Christmas, and a tanker slid, and pretty much a fire started from it. But this was a bigger tunnel, and people coming from both directions. It ended up being a big mess and stuff, and the movie was about that. Was just like showing that, and I thought it was a pretty good movie, and I was right when I thought it was a Scandinavian language, and the one that my great grandfather came over from when he was 6 years old.
Wow. I watched a good movie last night too that I hadn't seen in years, from 1985 with what's his face there, Tom Hanks. It's called The Man with One Red Shoe.
Okay.
And taken for a spy, and all the spy, when he's gone to the dentist, all the spies sneak into his apartment and rip the place apart to find clues, and they mess with the plumbing in the bathroom. So he goes in there to wash his face, and when he turns on the sink, the shower starts, and when he turns on the shower, water squirts out of the toilet, and then when he flushes the toilet, the sink works. So he's flushing the toilet, trying to wash his face, flushes the toilet, and splashes water on his face. So all the plumbing was screwed up. I was laughing so hard. It was so funny.
Another movie I watched was original Footloose.
Oh yeah, the original one's good. I don't like the remake. I don't think it. Wait, did I see the remake? I'm not sure if I did or not.
I just looking at some of this that JJ had texted me. There's a couple of stores I know that sell stuff like that. Like one's called the CD Source, which sells a lot of records too, along with CDs and videos and stuff. And another one might be Toad Hall, where they've been expanding it because they sell records here. This is more than one floor and the basement and stuff. But store with the books and we're on the across the street from there. That was full of books.
Yeah, Toad Hall's on YouTube. They have a channel.
Yeah, but and then there's a couple. Then there's another store that is my favorite. I know the owners and stuff. They know me when I come in there, which is called Culture Shock, where they sell records and. Oh, it was Toad Hall. Okay. Yeah, Culture Shock's pretty good too, JJ. It's not far from Toad Hall, and they at Culture Shock they sell like records and clothing and other novelty items. They've they're the bigger one of the businesses, bigger businesses for the shop local stuff here in Rockford.
What's the difference? Because I have the Canadian Paramount Plus. Is there any other movies or shows on it that I don't have that I can't get?
I have no idea with that. I don't know what differences they have between the two, but I do like the channel and stuff.
Well, my friend's sharing her account with me so I can watch movies on there because I'm waiting for the new Top Gun to go on there so I can watch it on there. So you have any records to show us, Jorgen?
Yeah, I can show them that I showed at Docs. Tim hasn't seen them yet, and I have a few.
Cool.
And I know Calvin has a few too.
Oh yeah.
So I can start, and they all have the same genre. Guess what? Guess which?
Oh, cool, JJ.
Oh,
Easy listening.
well,
Correct, Calvin. A whole bunch of Edmund Ross.
oh, I thought it was Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass.
Starting with no. No, it's jazz.
Yep, figured it was jazz.
Starting with CDs. I can start with a couple that I haven't shown yet to anyone. Here we have big band leader, a band leader. We're talking about extremely early jazz. I went to a thrift store that had a whole lot of jazz coming in and much very older jazz, and we're talking 20s jazz. This is Sam Lonin, not Lennon, but Lonin, South Serenaders, and if you can see here, the date of the recordings, 1921 to 22. It was some of the earliest recordings I have.
That's an ounce by one that would be for nursing home. Shake it and break it. Shake the hips and break them.
Let's just say I'm not a huge fan of that early that much because it's a little crisscross between when it comes to Dixieland, but it's definitely a jazz historical document to have it. So it's very, very fun to have it. And also 2 albums with the original king of trumpet, King Oliver.
Okay.
I think that Louis Armstrong has said once that if it wasn't for King Oliver, he wouldn't have been starting playing trumpet. And you know what would happen to jazz then. So this is released on RCA's Bluebirds, sub-label Bluebird. And it is New York sessions from 29 to 30. Also, little border to Dixieland, but still very fun to have. I also managed to find this that is even better, this is released on a label called King Jazz, KJ, which was started in the 40s by Dixieland musician Mes Mesro. But this is also some of the early, almost Dixieland sounding, but very, very much also early big band style. Very early, maybe the earliest form of big band style. So extremely fun to have. The interesting thing is that a couple of weeks ago, I actually was listening to a Swedish radio show where they did a little tribute to Casa Loma Orchestra and played early recordings on Casa Loma. I have records with Casa Loma Orchestra, but no early ones. So I thought that maybe I should start finding an early Casa Loma Orchestra record. And it took me 1 week and I got this.
Oh, wow.
You will find.
Casa Loma.
And these are presenting the earliest recordings of Casa Loma Orchestra, 29 to 30. So this is also some of the earliest form of big band. This one I listened to yesterday. This is Lester Young, a live concert from Washington in 1956. Pretty solid and great jam. This is a pianist called Dick Twardzik, a very, very tragical life. He played with the very early age. He played with the big one. He has played with Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, but pretty much like many of those musicians, he also got caught into drugs, and he died of an overdose, only 24 years old.
Oh no!
So this is a recording, two LPs on one CD. With the only trio recordings, the only solo recordings he did on album. So very fun to have.
That's a shame without there's so many good musicians and stuff that that are good and they get into drugs and
I've heard recordings with Dick Twardzik when I started listening to jazz back in the late 80s, so I knew about this longer than many Americans. I would know. Because he was not all that big. He was not. It was very much in the background when it comes to musicians. He didn't. He wasn't all that famous. Wow. Now, a stack of vinyl, and we have to begin with 3 albums with Oscar Peterson.
Oh,
50 cents each. I paid for these fine.
That's not bad at all.
Those are bargains.
Indeed. Oscar Peterson trio swings the great standard, and the quality of them all are in magnificent shape. These are recordings from July, August 1959. So it was regular, I'm going to say, a trio with Ray Brown and Ed Thigpen, the normal Oscar Peterson trio. And normally released on Verve, but this is a reissue on Memoir Jazz. We have Another Day, Oscar Peterson trio. This is a recording from 1970, so this is a little different setting. These are recordings from when from his Germany era. Oscar Peterson during the 70s was living in Germany, recording for label MPS, a whole lot of stuff. He was also very close to that label. I think he almost was some kind of a manager for that one. 70s recording with Oscar Peterson Trio, and this is also 70s recordings from Germany, 1971. And though it is released, it was originally released on MPS. It's recorded in MPS Studios, but this is a reissue on PA USA.
Oh, cool, JJ.
I don't think that has any connection with the label MPS, though. If German labels don't have very, very strange connections overseas.
Wow.
This is great connection. It's interesting here is it also is containing a bass player called Niels Henning Olsted Petersen from Denmark. So very, very nice. Moving away from Oscar Peterson, this is a compilation. Normally, I don't do compilations of jazz all that much, of the risk of having stuff that I already have. But when it is 40 small band swing, I melt, and of course, I want to have it. So I bought this on CBS, Angry Tenors. And the Angry Tenors here are Ben Webster, Illinois Jacquette, and I Quebec. And recordings are from mid-40s. So extremely clear, extremely fun to have.
So why do they call it angry tenors?
I assume that it will say in this text sheet. I haven't been reading it yet, but I guess it has some reason for it, or else it's just to be plain stupid.
Maybe, or just to get people to buy it for the title.
This is Lester Young again, a Verve release. It doesn't say here when it is released. When it's released, it's pretty obvious. It was released in 1959, but when the recordings are from, doesn't say. But it is a really nice Verve release. Only this really nice shining copy for 50 cents. So the little sad here is that this is here featured a chronicle by Ralph J. Gleason from San Francisco Sunday Chronicle, and it is written only a week after Lester Young died. So he is writing a memory column of him, saying how much loved him and so on. So it's a little sad to read, but it's really great music. This one I listened to a quick peek of, and I was a little hesitating. This is Stan Getz, original album released on Contemporary, but this is a reissue on CBS. Recordings are from 1975. But when I listened to quick peeks of it, it sounded more avant-garde than I like. So I'm not sure. I will give it a chance to listen to full of it, but I'm not sure that this will stay in the collection though. But luckily, I only paid 50 cents for it. But it's a little sad. It was a little too modern for me, even when it comes to Stan Getz that I like normally.
Oh, we know.
Maybe you shouldn't have guessed it.
Yeah. Stan Getz Quartet, and Stockholm Concert. This is from 1983, sounding a whole lot more jazz than this one. Concert released on Swedish label Sonnet. But it's so nice to have. I think he died in 1983 also, if I'm not wrong. So it might be one of the last recordings he did. We have a Frank Sinatra.
Oh.
And Count Basie.
Yeah, normally I don't buy all that much Frank Sinatra if it isn't early recordings from the 30s and 40s.
I like that Fedora.
It is a little too much easy listening entertainment for my taste when it comes to his normal style. But when Count Basie's orchestra and Quincy Jones had do the arrangement and conducting, then I buy it because this one is I have listened to, and the arrangements are really great. I think I've seen it before, but I actually wanted to have it for quite some time because of the involvement of Quincy Jones, and he delivered. Highly recommended. And I managed to buy a Benny Goodman for $1 this Saturday. This is the King direct to disc on Century Records. For once, not a compilation of any kind. This is recordings from 1978. Very late Benny Goodman. I think it is the most modern Benny Goodman I have recorded. It's 6 years before his death. But very fun to have.
Nice.
What is
No.
the? I know you said when the music was from. What's the release date of the record? Does it say?
Same year, 78 recordings, 78 release. So it is. This is the original.
Yeah, I was writing it down. That's why I asked, so I could look for it.
Yeah, it's not a reissue of any kind. I think. I think this is the original release. So
Well, that
I
fits
made
it good because I got Betty Goodman to show too.
Yeah. So that was for once I made a jazz jazz gold. I've been a really bad year when it comes to finding great amount of records, but now I finally found the good stuff.
Well, JJ, I was going to come back with the comment you said about Mrs. Fisher's. Actually, I like Old Salty's even better, and that's made in Rockford. I know where the Old Salty's store is at, too. They're kettle cooked chip, and they're very low on sodium. So, Calvin, why don't you show the stuff you got now?
Hey, did you do your homework that I gave you last night? Did you pull some Kansas?
No.
I know Kansas, but I didn't get a chance to listen to it.
You mean something like this stuff here?
Yeah, I was going to show my Kansas last, and then you could show the records after I showed my 45s. So I saved Kansas for last.
What do you think I gave it to show the title that he did?
Okay, JJ already did his video, but he showed, I think, all his, at least a lot of the 45s he got from Record Crate. So now it's my turn. I'm going to start with some freebies. That's a big bargoon. It's free. This was
How'd you get them free in the first place?
This is one of my mom's favorite country artists. It's Hank Lachlan. And we got Flying South and Beneath the Footlights.
So I figure you think of your mom when you spin that now. Huh?
Yeah. Almost see. I think most of her photographs are like small, but I'm gonna see if because I know she got a picture taken with them. I'm gonna see if it's big enough that I can show on camera. But I have to find it. But it shouldn't be too hard. And even though Record Crate said this was a prize that I won, I don't think I won any prizes since the last time I got stuff. But I brought this up when 2 weeks ago when I showed all those records from the DJ, and this is a guy that was recording in the 70s, and now he's known for basically being a Western historian. He does poems. He has a cowboy corner radio show, and it's he has a show that's on RFD TV somewhere west of Wall Street, and this is Red Stegall. And these are more kind of Christian flavored songs. Tell the Man I'm Coming Home and Good Christian Soldier.
Cool.
And boy, it's still hard for me to get used to because I've been back watching his, listening to his radio show. And, he's 80, I think 3 now. So it's so funny listening to him sing now, because now he's more like talk sing. And when I'm pulling out the album and these 45s, he sounds like so different. You can barely tell it's the same person. So that's my 2 free bargoons. Now, when I was buying these 45s, I kind of went for a couple different angles. One was, is it a 45 that I'm never going to buy the album of? And then part of it was, a holdover till I actually get albums from these particular artists. And here's an artist that fits in the first category because I don't think I'm ever going to get an album from this band. And personally, if you showed me a bunch of photos of bands and told me, okay, show the one that's Blues Image, I would have no idea what they look like. But this was always a cool song for me, partly because of the misheard lyric. But it's Blues Image, Ride, Captain Ride.
Oh, I love that song.
And of course, we know what the misheard lyric is.
Which is what?
When he says mystery ship.
Yeah.
But he says it in a way that it doesn't sound like ship.
Okay, I get where you're going with this.
So he was always he says get on board the mystery ship. It sounds like something else.
It does, doesn't it, JJ?
But I am going to have to check out this band because this is kind of, at least on Sirius XM, this is a yacht rock song on their yacht rock channel. But I guess this is why they called Blues Image, because the B-side is Pay My Dues. And that is a very bluesy rock song, totally different than Ride, Captain Ride. So I might have to check out Blues Image, because this actually might be something that I might actually want to get their album or albums. Because I don't even really know much about them. I don't even know how many albums they did. Ride, Captain Ride's the only song I know from them until now.
I'm sure they do, JJ. Even the hospital food is mystery shit.
Ouch.
Okay, and now I didn't really put these guys in any sort of order. So now we're like jumping to garage rock. And I know this, Tim probably knows this band. And it was led by a guy who lost his hand in an accident, in an accident. And he basically had I think later on, they gave him something better, but he had a hook. But he was not only was he the singer of the band, he played drums. And this is the Barbarians. You remember the Barbarians, Tim?
Yeah, somewhat. At first, I thought you were going to say Dr. Hook.
No, I don't think he lost an arm. I think he lost his eye. But the side where he kind of tells the story about what happened to him and how he persevered and created a band is Multi. Then I Keep Seeing You is on the B-side on the Laurie record. And like I said, they're garage.
Okay.
And here's something that kind of goes along with Blues Image. I guess he would be, because we all know Eric Clapton, he could never stay in bands. And I guess my generation's equivalent of Eric Clapton is Paul Carrack, because he was in Mike and the Mechanics. He was in Squeeze for a little bit. And then one of his other bands,
Ace.
Yes, and here it is, Ace.
How long?
Well, there's
We got How Long, and then on the other side is Sniffing About. And this was another example of, I only really knew the one song, but Sniffing About's not too bad, so I might have to check them out too.
Ace, Paul Carrack actually did an album with big band versions of his own songs, and he did a big band version of How Long that was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the funny thing about that song is that people always thought it was he was talking about a girlfriend or a wife, when actually he was talking about their drummer, because he was. When Ace was trying to, get a foothold going on in the business, the drummer was moonlighting for another band. So that's actually what the song is. about the drummer playing for two different bands.
Hi, Lisa.
Okay. Now we're on the other example that I was making because I don't have much Roy Orbison. I did luckily finally find his last album that I had on CD. I finally found it again. And I have one album of Roy Orbison, but I basically have it, it was basically a thing I got for free because I just wanted the album cover because I want to put it in a frame. But here's a bunch of really good Roy Orbisons on Monument. This one is Pretty Paper, which Willie Nelson wrote. And then on the B side is Beautiful Dreamer.
Oh, that's I love his version of Beautiful Dreamer. Oh yeah, Roy Orbison, big time.
Okay.
And then I kind of struck gold on all these because they all have a really strong A side. This one is In Dreams and Shadaroba.
Oh yeah, In Dreams, a great song.
Yeah, I like that label. I don't think I have any monuments with that label on them. So,
But Roy got to start on Sun Records.
a lot of artists did that.
And then this one is Leah, and the A side is Working for the Man, which I'm a big fan of.
I gotta go diving in the lake. That's a great song.
So that's my Roy. And, unfortunately, I couldn't coordinate this with Jurgen good enough because a couple weeks back he showed Michael Landon.
Okay, that is correct.
I remember that.
And I decided, hey, if he's going to show Michael Landon, you know what I need to buy? I need to buy Lauren Green.
Oh.
Well, he was way better singer anyway.
So and the cool thing about this is that I've always heard that because when you watch the TV show, Bonanza doesn't, at least the episodes that I've ever seen, that they never played the version with the actual lyrics. On here, he sings Bonanza with the lyrics.
Oh wow!
I actually like Ringo. Ringo is
Ringo is on the other side.
Ringo.
Okay, yeah, Ringo was the hit for him. I know.
Ringo.
So now, you two guys have an assignment because Jurgen's got Michael Landon, I got Lauren Green. Now, Tim, you gotta find a 45 with Dan Blocker. And James, I'm gonna make it a little easier for you because there was kind of like 5 main people because Pernell Roberts left early. So you got to find either a Pernell Roberts on 45, or you could try to find a David Canary.
Well, if I can get to a record
so that could be our new gimmick that we just show Bonanza 45s.
Well,
or if you don't, you can sell with a canary bird.
Get in on this.
I'm more of a Dirk Blocker fan. Have you seen that movie, Moonlight Madness or Midnight Madness? Or Dirk Blocker's in it, and Michael J. Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love Michael J. Fox.
I only remember Dirk Blocker from when they did Bonanza movies.
Yeah. Well,
where they had all the sons of the family, and then Ben Johnson was in it.
This one
not the actor.
The movie I'm talking about takes place in the Los Angeles area. It's a contest between teams of college students where it's an all-night thing where they right there, having to go to different, solve clues and go to different places where the clues tell him to go. Well, one of them is well, it's a trying to remember which brewery it was in. Might have been Budweiser or something like that, but Dirk Walker was a team of, or it's all athletes had, and they always partied. And Entity dives into one of the big vats of beer, and he had starts drinking with a beer and stuff, and it shows him finally getting him out while he's stumbling around because he's all drunk.
Okay, I'm trying to correct myself here, Tim. I'm still a little slow on getting Ray prices, even as much as I like them, because when Record Crate was selling all that collection, I was buying so much stuff. I said, I already bought too much stuff, and I ended up passing on all the Ray Price that he had. So, and I got that one CD, but I really didn't like it because it's all gospel stuff, not really my thing. But here's a 45 to kind of hold me over. You're the best thing to ever happen to me. And then also, what kind of love is this?
Okay.
Hold on, technical difficulties. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't get a sleeve back in a 45. So I guess I'm becoming the Eddie Arnold spokesman in the VC because there's another Eddie Arnold.
Well, I have quite a bit of Eddie Arnold in my collection. You've seen that.
Yeah. So somebody like me actually is pretty high tempo for him. I was impressed.
Well, you got a lot of RCA labels.
It wasn't a slow thing with orchestra. And then taking chances is good. This is both of songs actually pretty good on here.
Nice.
Okay, I know this is something Tim has, or at least the artist. Jurgen, I don't know. Maybe. We'll find out.
Yep.
It's America.
Oh, yeah.
I have many albums by America. I have no 7-inch though.
I love the picture. Even though it has ringwear on it, I love the picture sleeve.
That's cool.
I have all their albums from the 70s, and then for the 80s, I have a live album of theirs.
And this is cool. Of course, produced by George Martin.
Yep.
Ooh.
He produced several of their albums, actually, like in the
And
70s.
Mad Dog's actually a very good song.
Yeah.
That's the piece of it.
Both songs are good on there. That's around that's the same album as Tin Man.
Okay.
I think I showed their compilation a couple of weeks ago that I bought.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is kind of unusual because we got two different people on here. And sorry, James, I know you're doing the Elvis show and everything, but I have to put this guy ahead of Elvis. It's just me, because even though his career kind of fizzled after he had a major car accident, but this guy's better than Elvis as far as I'm concerned. It's Carl Perkins.
Okay.
And on that side is him doing Birth of Rock and Roll from 1986. Then on the B side, we got Jerry Lee Lewis and Roy Orbison doing Rock and Roll, and I have no idea how to pronounce that word that's in parentheses. Is it French, maybe? F-A-I-S? I have no idea.
Fay Dodo. That means go to sleep.
Thank you.
Fay Dodo. See, I know a little bit of French.
I can't speak French either. I don't know French. I do know some German.
Well, I know a bit of French, but people have to speak slowly, so I understand what the hell they're saying.
And Frenchmen are very famous for speaking slowly.
Okay, this was part of Jurgen's homework assignment. This is kind of interesting. I would say the label's kind of more purple than blue. What's interesting on this is on one side you have Blue Cheer. You know, people talk about the Sonics, but I think Blue Cheer is probably the loudest rock and roll band of all time. And on here they did their version of Summertime Blues, which, as much as like Eddie Cochran, it's better than Eddie Cochran's version. Then on the B side, they kind of became psychedelic, but this is kind of more garage rock on this one, and it's the Blues Magoos.
Okay.
He Ain't Got Nothing Yet.
Okay. Yep.
I've listened to all three links that you sent me.
So what do you think of Blues Magoos and Blue Cheer?
Let's just say that maybe they were a little bit more too psychedelic for my taste. It was a little too fuzzy for me.
Yeah, that's okay. I just, I figure let's try to put some different elements into the show, and I know Tim already knew those two bands.
Let's just say it was child of its time.
You got any Blue Cheer LPs, Tim?
No, I don't. I haven't come across them in my things.
What about you, Jorgen? You got any Blue Cheer?
No, obviously not, and I don't think it will be coming in anyone after hearing this link.
Hi, Cap.
Okay, Cap. Well,
hey, Cap.
Pardon me for not putting this in any sort of genre order. So now we're going back to country again, and I was so amazed how quiet this 45 was, and it's kind of going back in the trucking era of country, and it's Dave Dudley doing 6 Days on the Road, and then on the other side, Truck Driving Son of a Gun.
Of course, the 6 Days on the Road was a big hit.
Yeah, seems like everyone did that song. And it's from the album The Best of Dave Dudley.
Okay.
Now I'm sticking on country for at least another record. And this is the person that got my dad into NASCAR.
What?
And Tim might have guessed it on the clue. I don't know. But it is Marty Robbins.
Marty Robbins.
Yes, he was in NASCAR.
Hey, Dusty.
So we got Ruby Ann, which is more up tempo, and then we got a slow kind of ballad. Won't You Forgive? And this goes back to my Blues Image Ace concept, because I don't think I'm ever going to buy any of her records, but I've liked this song for so long, and it's Nicolette Larson. We all know
In Love.
A Lot of Love, and on the B side is Angels Rejoiced.
Ah.
Well, I was thinking,
And I did not realize Neil Young wrote A Lot of Love.
It's upside down. No, it's upside right.
I had a brain fart there. I said, I was thinking Rick Lee Jones, and I said Chucky's in Love.
Oh yeah, Chucky's in Love. I know that song.
Yeah, I just heard the love part. So I let it go by. But yeah, I just love that song so much. So when I had the chance to get it, I had to grab it, because I don't think
I'm trying to remember. I think I have it, but
I don't think the album I'm ever gonna buy. You never know, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not really on my list. Okay, let's take a break from real music. Let's do sports finally, because I had that baseball theme that I got on Record Store Day. The Peanuts baseball theme, which really had nothing to do with baseball at all. But now I got something that does have something to do with baseball. Phil
Ah,
Negro used to pitch for he was a knuckleball pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. I had a brother named Joe who pitched mainly for, I think, the Houston Astros.
cool.
And we got JJ's favorite, Terry Cashman, doing the stuff on the 45. We got Talking Baseball, which he did a version for every team. This is the Atlanta Braves version. And then he did a song in tribute to Phil Necro called For All the Years. And inside my 45, now Atlanta recently built a new baseball stadium, so I don't know if the old one ever got a statue for Phil Necro, but inside the 45 was a envelope so you could send in your donation to get him a statue.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if he ever got a statue, because there was a brief time where I liked the Atlanta Braves back when Russ Nixon was the manager, and they were like last place after last place after last place, and I think it was
like the Cubs.
It was my senior year of college, and I played intramural softball with a bunch of other people that were baseball fans, and I kept saying, "This is the year Atlanta's going to go from worst to first." And of course, I was really on top of it, because guess what place they came in? Last. But it was the next year is when they finally went from worst to first. But this was when the Rays didn't exist yet, so a lot of people here in the Tampa Bay area were Braves fans. So I was talking about the Braves, eventually getting good. And then when they got good, I was the only one talking Braves baseball on talk radio. And then suddenly when the Braves got good, you had all these people that were lifelong Braves fans. So I jumped off the bandwagon. This when my thought actually finally came true that they went from worst to first. I jumped off the bandwagon. Okay. I've been holding Jurgen and Spence for way too long. So let's because I made reference to Benny Goodman. This is the Benny Goodman trio with Teddy Wilson and Gene Krupa.
Wow, looks good.
And these are all recordings from 1935 and 1936.
Well, that sleeve looks really minty.
I have Benny Goodman with those songs, of course, but not from that age, I think. Looks really interesting.
Something you want to pick up there, Jorgen?
Definitely from that age. I don't think I have those songs from that age.
And then, I got this, and now I guess my next mission is to get part 2. These were songs that Benny Goodman redid when I guess the Benny Goodman story came out. That's a great picture of Benny.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I'll pull the
I
disc
think
out in a minute.
I think I have Benny Goodman from with the songs from the movie, but I don't think I have that one.
Yeah, it's like I
I have-
said, I got because Record Crate only had this one part, so that's why I didn't get both part 1 and 2. I would have got both, obviously.
Only for that I need to go back to my jazz singles box and see.
But we got Moonglow and Bugle Call Rag, and then on the other side we have And the Angels Sing, and It's Been So Long.
Ah.
I think this might be the only Benny Goodman I have that does actually a singer. Because the singing on And the Angels Sing.
I have a
I'm
78.
an expert, so I have to cheat. Her name is Martha Tilton.
I actually have both on vinyl 78 where he sings a song called "Oh Baby." Both the song containing both big band and the trio.
Okay, what do I got? We got country, then we got. So let's do. Let's stay in the big band, and you know, I got this for $1, so you know, I consider it a bargain, but this is a set that's supposed to have 3 discs in it, and unfortunately, well, it's only $1, but I only got 2, and the box is like barely together, but it's Glenn Miller. And some of this is repeats for me. I already have these songs, but we got American Patrol and barely read it. Song of the Volga Boatman. And we got Pennsylvania 65000. I have that 8 gazillion million times, I think.
No kidding.
And Stardust.
One of the reasons why I don't buy Glenn Miller a lot these days.
Okay, now we got one more. Oops. Let me put my Phil Necro Museum back in case I want to donate to his statue.
Depending what year that 45 is from. Could be old.
Well, the 45 came from 1984.
I'm pretty sure
that's
that
dated now.
I'm pretty sure there's one little small office somewhere with an old worker sitting. It's going to come in more one day.
Okay, so now we got a 45 of one of my favorite country artists. We got George Jones.
Okay.
We got Mary Don't Go Round. And we have Once You Had the Best. And Johnny Paycheck wrote that one. Who wrote the other one? Don't know those people. F. Montgomery and Jay Richards. Don't know them. But that's okay. They probably don't know me either. And then this was one of Tim's homework assignments. How to keep going with my bluegrass. And obviously on the A side, Flat and Scruggs do their classic Foggy Mountain breakdown. But I don't know what you thought of it, Tim, on the B side. But bluegrass trying to do Bob Dylan, and no,
That
did not work. At least for me, it Did not work.
That's sort of like the one I came back to you on Jerry Reed doing some Bob Dylan.
So we got like a Rolling Stone and then
God.
Boggy Mountain Breakdown. I mean, they had some bluegrass instrumentation for the Bob Dylan cover, but just, you know, he Lester Flatt didn't sing it in his regular style, and it just, I don't know, just bad. But I noticed I don't know if somebody was trying to make them bigger or something, because I know the video clip that I gave you, there's a whole album of that kind of stuff. They did a whole album of it, doing other people's songs that aren't bluegrass songs, or at least traditionally bluegrass.
That's sort of like how Chet Atkins was. He'd play a lot of constant or current hits at the time. He'd play them on recordings.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and now, yeah, all I got after this is I got a movie photo to show later, and then I got my weekly segment is back. But of course, this isn't my label says RCA, but it's not an RCA. I mean, not my label, but my inner sleeve, my sleeve. But there we go. I was still, you know, I bought Cargo not too long ago. I showed that on one of Tim's streams. But I decided, you know, if I'm hearing some 45s, I'm going to ask Record Crate, what's the B-side? Because I said, well, maybe I don't have, because I am planning on eventually getting Business as Usual on vinyl, because I have all 3 Men at Work recordings on cassette. And I do want Business as Usual as an LP. But on this one, we got Down Under, which everybody knows.
Yeah.
And if you don't know it, you're afraid to tell anybody that you don't. But I don't know what Jurgen thought of this B-side, but this is jamming saxophone on here. And this was only released as when they remastered Business as Usual, and they did it as a CD with extra songs. Is crazy.
If it is a B-side, I would assume that I have the single, so I would assume that I have that song. I thought it was very messy, very unsorted melody. so I definitely A-side is way better, though a little overplayed.
Note to self: stop sending Jurgen YouTube clips.
No.
No, that's okay, Jurgen. Tim, did you listen to it?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your opinion of Crazy? I think it's better than I think it's better than the A-side. I think it's better than Down Under.
You see that with a lot of stuff, and like with me, I've been thinking about doing sort of like Sneed has his stuff like ski watch and stuff. Mm-hmm. I've had an idea to do just like do all deep touch summer records and stuff, or songs that haven't been hits. Never were hits and stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot my Kansas. I saved that for last, and I forgot I still had Kansas. Anyway, this is the other Men at Work. My favorite Men at Work song, Who Can It Be Now? And then their instrumental, at least mostly instrumental, is Anyone for Tennis.
Okay.
But I don't know. I thought Crazy was rocking. I love that saxophone. Because he usually does the Greg Ham usually never went crazy with the saxophone. I mean, it was obviously a major part of their sound, but that song, he just went, like the song says, crazy. He went crazy on the saxophone.
I thought the entire song was kind of crazy.
Okay. I almost forgot about Kansas.
How can you forget about Kansas?
Because I knew I was saving it for last, so I put it over to the side on the table, and I kept piling on the stuff that I was showing on top of Kansas. So then I didn't see the 45s of Kansas anymore. Okay, so let's start out. This is kind of a weird one because it comes from two different records. Because Left Overture. Well, first, I'm gonna show the one Kansas LP I have because of I Am Hop Frog, and I showed this already. I'm just gonna refresh people's memory. I got Point of No Return. But back to what I was saying, we got a mix here. We got one song from Left Overture, which I have on cassette, which I did not bring because I figured Tim has the LP.
Carry On Wayward Son?
No, it's not that one. And then the other side is from Song for America. Yeah, it's Song for America. So on the A side, this is kind of one of their more rocking songs. I don't really hear much. This is a Elliott Cruz debate. Fiddle, violin. I don't know what you call it for Kansas. I guess for Kansas, it's the violin. But anyway, it's the rockin' What's on Your Mind.
Okay.
And then the B side is Lonely Street. Which is weird because, like I said, it comes from two different LPs.
Yeah.
Is Lonely Street the answer to Heartbreak Hotel? Because there's a line in there, down to Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel. I can't talk.
Nah, I think it's totally different.
Okay.
Okay. Now we got this one, and this both of these from 1979's Monolith. I'm pretty sure. Yep. So on the A, we got People of the South Wind, which I did know already. And then the B side, I didn't, because a lot of this Kansas I don't know, because I kind of got in on Kansas late and then gave up pretty early. I was like Left Overture and Point of No Return, and that was like good enough for me. So a lot of this is new for me. So this is People of the South Wind. People of the South Wind. And Stay Out of Trouble. And I'm not sure if the record company stamped those things because I got a bunch of these stamps with dates on them.
And of course, their records are, especially their 70s ones, are on Don Kirshner's label.
Mm-hmm. Well, now we're all into the 80s. And this is from Audio Visions, which was 1980. This is period when Kerry Livgren found religion, so they sort of started crossing into Christian rock.
Well, see, John Elefante moved over into Christian rock also. He worked with Petra, which was a Christian rock group that had John Schlitt as its lead singer. John Schlitt was the lead singer of Head East.
Mm-hmm. So now we got this one. We got Don't Open Your Eyes and Hold On. Both of these are kind of like rocking songs too. Not much violin. And Tim made mention of it. Now we're getting into the period where Steve Walsh left the band because they were too much Christian rock for his taste. So the new lead singer was John Elefante, and they had this album is from Final Confessions, and on this one, well, I got the stamp of October 26, 1982. I don't know if that's a company stamp or that's when the dude who bought these 45s got the 45s. But anyway, we got Right Away and we got Windows. And Windows I really like. And I don't know if that's the B-side because it seems like all these stamps, the side with the stamp is the A-side. So I don't know if Windows was the B-side, but the song I like better. Because like I said, I didn't know any of these songs. I just was buying Kansas 45s and Record Crate had like 5 of them. So I said, I just take all 5.
Hi, Richard.
And then I think this is actually, strangely enough, this song on side A is actually, I believe, their 4th biggest song ever. Because they had Point of No Return, Dust in the Wind, and obviously Carry On My Wayward Son. But I think their 4th biggest hit was Play the Game Tonight. And then on the other side is Play On. Mm-hmm. And again, this is all John Elefante.
Hey, Richard.
Okay, you can show all your Kansas LPs.
Okay, I don't have all of them here. I know I have some of the. I went through my shelves a little bit. First one I'll show is Song for America. And this one's from 70, from 75. And of course, that Song for America was a hit for them off of this one. But the next one is my favorite Kansas album. This is Mask. You don't really hear any of this song album on the radio, but my favorite one on the Disc of Pinnacle. It's a longer song too. It's from 75 also. Then from 76, Leftoverture. This is one with Carry On Wayward Son on it.
Yeah, I'm here, Richard.
And then the other one I pulled out is Point of No Return. Of course, this is from 77, and Crawler's Point of No Return was making it off it, and also Dust in the Wind.
That looks really familiar.
And I also have Audio Visions, and I have what is it, Power from the 80s, and I do have their greatest hits on CD, and I think I have 1 or 2 more. Just I did a quick look for them.
But that's okay. I just thought it would be a good segment since I was doing a bunch of Kansas, because I figured you had Kansas.
Yeah.
Now you can see me, Richard. I'm here.
Do you have more to show? Okay, I'll make you big.
Ooh.
This is, I think, it's containing Memories of You, China Boy, and Moonglow. I think this is part 2 from the one that you have, Calvin. It's a double EP set, 2 EPs. Containing Goody Goody, Slip Disc, Stomping at the Savoy, 1 O'Clock Jump, Memories of You, China, and this one. I realized that I can actually call this one because I have that one already in the double here. But I think this is a part 2 of what you had. So you can have this one and I can have yours, Calvin. One.
Sure is, Richard. I'm here. Well, I guess it's time for me to show something. I was under my stairs the other day and I was trying to find some CDs, but I found a lot of DVDs that I thought I was misplaced. I found all my Cheech and Chong, but I have 2 magazines I found that I forgot I had, so I'll show you those.
Did you find any people under your stairs?
No, I didn't actually.
Did you find Cheech and Chong there?
But I found these magazines once I get myself settled here.
So,
I will
so
show
do
you.
you have? Do you have a cupboard under your stairs?
No, it's just like stairs and there's no cover. You just slide everything under there. So I need my friend to help me because the boxes are so heavy. So I got this one, The Beatles, in music, on film, and live. So yeah, I found this. I forgot I had this. I'm like, oh my God. And of course, with Elvis week coming up soon for the day he died, 45 years. Can you believe it? 45 years? Wow. And he says, from the time I was a kid, I always knew something was going to happen to me. Didn't know exactly what. And here is his signature, Elvis Presley. So yeah. And there's it. Whoops, if I can just zoom in on that. There's my favorite movie, Viva Las Vegas, with Anne Margaret. So yeah, so that's what I found under my stairs. So I'm happy I got those.
My favorite Elvis movie is GI Blues.
Oh yeah, G.I. Blues is good. I have all 31 Elvis movies in my collection too.
He made 31?
I like the
Yeah.
one that had Leif Erikson in it, Roustabout.
Oh yeah, I watched that a couple weeks ago, Roustabout. That's good. Okay, you can make me small.
I thought
Okay.
it was just around 10 movies.
But
Yeah.
I like that one just because of Leif Erikson. Because he was in my all-time favorite Western. High Chaparral.
Okay.
High Chaparral.
Yep.
And since we're talking about movies, I got one movie time thing to show, and then I got my weekly segment. You want me to go ahead and do those now, or I can
Yeah,
wait?
go ahead and do those now. And
Okay. I don't know if JJ's still hanging out with us, but ever since he did a video with some friends of his, Glenn Calloway and Rich Strickler, so I can't remember, but he did a segment with them, 10 best Paul Newman movies, and JJ was telling me that he was doing this episode, so I said, oh, you got to have Hombre. You got to have Hombre in your top 10 because Martin Balsam, one of my all-time favorite actors, was in Hombre. And I right before I got this photo I'm going to show, I was watching a TV movie he did in 1975 with a very young, but teenaged Mackenzie Phillips, called Hours Before You Go to Sleep. It was a TV movie. And Martin Balsam played a character that was way older than his true self. He was, I think, about 55 or 56 when he made the movie, but the makeup was done so that he would look like a senior citizen. So he was like 75, 76 in the movie. So seeing that movie got me motivated to see, because I already have a Martin Balsam photo that I have framed, but I decided, let's go on eBay and let's just see what I can find. So I already have both these actors as separate photos on my wall at home, but even though it's black and white, I think when when you see this guy wearing his leather jacket, it just pops out. And this is from one of my all-time favorite movies, maybe my favorite non-Western movie from 1963. And it's the Bedford Incident. And not pictured is Richard Widmark and Sidney Poitier. That's really the stars of the movie. But you have Martin Balsam being the ship's doctor. And then the guy probably no one recognizes, the guy in the black is, again, one of my favorite actors. I kind of caught him late in his career because he started like in the 40s, mainly doing a lot of British productions and British movies, but it's Eric Portman. And I just thought this photo just popped. So I said, I got to have it. I already got them separately. But there you go.
Okay.
And people should check out one of the last things Eric Portman ever did. And of course, this is more of a British thing. I'm not British. So maybe when I say The Prisoner, no one knows what the heck I'm talking about. You remember that show, Tim? Kind of I think it was the 60s. Lasted 1 year, but it was like this weird show where he was the main character was like a FBI agent or some kind of agent, and he like quit. And so he got kidnapped and taken to this village so they could find out what information that he knew.
Where the hell did I see that?
And anyway, one of the episodes Eric Portman played, because one of the things in the characters is that I think everyone had like a number, and I think the main character was number 6. And obviously the head honcho guy, which you didn't find out to who he was until the end, was number 1. But they always had, every episode, they had a different number 2. Because number 2's job was supposed to get this guy to tell the group all his secrets. And they kept failing. So every week there was a different number 2. So I like on the 3rd episode, Eric Portman, one of the last things he ever did was he played one of the number 2s. And he was great in that. A lot of his movies are on Tubi, but it's all like movies from the 40s and stuff. Mostly everything I seen was like 60s. So I need to check out those Tubi movies. Like one of our aircraft is missing, and I forget some of the other titles. Okay, now we're back to our weekly segment, which has been missing for a lot of weeks. And this is a psych band from the 60s. This is a reissue from 2017. Certainly not a rarity in any sense other than maybe the original, because Cosmic Brian has shown this, Robert Fiffin has shown this, but I just love this record. And this is from a band that at the time, well, I think they were all around the same time. There's like 3 different kaleidoscopes. There was an American kaleidoscope. Then I think there was a Central American kaleidoscope. But here is one of the classic psychedelic albums of all time, Tangerine Dream by Kaleidoscope.
Okay.
The one down there in red looks like he will be 10 years old.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, the funny thing about him, I forget. I think his last name is Bridgman, and because the band later got together, one of the members passed on, but they got together, I think, in the early 2000s, and did some shows in England, and he and see if I can find his name real fast. Bridgman. Don Bridgman. He was the percussionist, and he actually has a presence on YouTube. And if people post Kaleidoscope stuff, he usually pops up and makes comments. But then he also has his own YouTube page where you can find those late concert appearances from the band, like in the 2000s. So I think that's kind of cool. And this is like their first album out of 4 that they did, I guess technically, because this one was from 1967 originally. There's the gatefold with all the lyrics. And the best stuff on here, I think, is Flight from Ashia, and then a classic, the end side 2, I think it's probably about a 12-minute song, The Sky Children.
Wow.
I might say the time on here. It'd be more exact. That's that. Does it say time on here? Yeah, it does. Sky Children, only 8 minutes? I thought it was about a 10-minute song. Here's the reissue on Fontana. And then it came with a 7-inch. But those in the psych, this is probably a must-have. And like I said, I know Robert Frippin has it and Cosmic Brian has it. And then they did 2 albums, both kind of flopped. The second album I just actually listened to yesterday, I think for the first time, called Faintly Blowing, which came out in '69. And then it was basically the same band, but they changed their name to Fairfield Parlor, and they put out an album in 1970, which was kind of too slow for my tastes, called From Home to Home. And then while they were still Fairfield Parlor, they went back into the studio and recorded a bunch of music that they thought was going to get released, but it didn't until they actually had their own record label and released it in 1991. You know, the sessions were from 70 and 71 called White Face Lady, which is a concept record, which I've never heard. And here's the 7-inch song Kaleidoscope. And then A Dream for Julie, which I don't think is on the record. I don't think it's on the LP. Okay, you can make me small.
Okay.
Because I can just look up. I don't think that's an album track.
Well, Kevin, if you like British psychedelia, I was given an album reissue of one. This has been like 10. This has been almost 10 years ago, but it's the name of the band. But they put out 2 albums in the late '60s. The name of the band is The Magic Mixture, and this one that I got is called "This Is a Magic Mixture," which was their first album, and this one I got, this reissue I got, it had a second disc with it. These are 12 inches. Well, they had some with somebody else that was playing drums with them originally, but on their album she doesn't play. That is Simon Kirk. That went out to be the drummer for Bad Company. So. But it's one that people try, a lot of psychedelia fans try to find also.
I think I've heard of them. I think.
Okay.
I might have them on my Discogs want list. I would have to go back, but the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Jorgen's looking about like he turned off his lights in there and took a nap.
Yeah, it's like it's dark in there.
I'm wide awake.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you watched any good movies lately, Jorgen?
It's starting to sound boring, but nothing more than some old Swedish So I guess no. I'm horrible in watching movies. I know. More of going through all the entertainment stuff that I have laying on YouTube to watch later.
So, what have you watched on Paramount Plus so far, James?
Well, I watched the Beavis and Butthead movie, the new one that when they go into space. That was funny. Not as good as Beavis and Butthead Do America, but it was okay. And I watched the GI Joe Origins movie, Snake Eyes. That was pretty good. Nice martial arts. Don't look for much of a plot in the film, but good action. I watched Some Kind of Wonderful from 1987 with
Oh, John Hughes film.
yeah, that was a great movie. And I watched what The Day the Music Died.
Yeah, that's
Really good. I love South Park. James, can you tell us any song you picked for Patrick tonight? Actually, because we don't know what the theme is for Patrick's tonight, JJ, so I just told him to pick me a song. So I'll just have to find out what it is tonight. Because there's no real theme, because Mondays, Sega George always tells me what the theme is for Tuesday, and then and he helps me pick a song for it, but we don't know. So I just said I just texted him on Instagram. I said, just pick me a song, Patrick, we'll go with that. So you're a big Dodgers fan, are you, Lisa?
well,
Isn't there two LA teams? If I'm not mistaken.
Well, technically, the other team's in Anaheim.
at the Angels.
Then there's a team in Oakland, at least for now, till they move to Vegas.
Hmm.
Yeah, it seems like Vegas has been getting a lot of teams, professional teams lately. Like hockey, football, and baseball.
Ah. Well, I remember I was watching this video yesterday on YouTube. This guy called Cinestalker. His name is Danny. He's from LA. And he and this guy, OGP, they went for a little trip to Vegas. And at the end, I was laughing so hard watching their video. I'll have to send it to you, Tim. They went drinking, and they were like, it's like 2:30 in the morning or something. And they go down to find ice, and they got like plastic bags full of ice, and they're holding it. It's freaking cold on them. So they're trying to go back to the bedroom, to their hotel room, and they put it in the top drawer. Okay, all the ice melted, so they had to get more ice, and they put it in the bottom drawer. But they put a towel and they put all their beers in the drawer. That's ingenuity. That's really smart to think of something like that, to put all the beer and the ice on a towel in the drawer because they didn't have an ice bucket.
Probably takes
They just put it in the bathtub.
Probably reminds Calvin of his college days.
Have either you or Tim been to Vegas?
I was real little when I was in Vegas. We camped over near Vegas in the desert and on a family vacation.
Oh wow! I've never been to Vegas, but I think it would be cool to go there.
I've never been either. I think my parents went.
Ah.
Yeah, because when I went, like my grandpa and grandma were with us, and some more relatives, and my grandpa died when I was like 5 years old. So
I can reveal that I haven't been to Vegas either.
Well, neither have I, Jorgen. That makes two of us.
So
One day
is
I will.
gambling a Swedish thing, Jurgen?
Pardon?
Gambling, like casinos?
No, I'm not a gambler for one bit because I'm holding on to my money.
No, I know. I
think-
mean you particularly. I mean your country. Is there a lot of gambling in your country, like casinos,
Yeah,
slot machines?
I think around 25 years ago we got illegal casinos. But otherwise, people gamble more on horses, on football teams, and so on.
Yeah,
But if they do that a lot, unfortunately. I can promote upcoming video that is specially made for Calvin. No, not.
well,
Continuing on my 14 versus 47, where I compare charts from my past to what I think of it today, and it's top 10 Pet Shop Boys best songs.
Well, there you go.
see, they're building a Hard Rock casino here in Rockford. It's the first Hard Rock Hard Rock casino or the first Hard Rock of the business here in Illinois. But I bet you can probably guess who will probably be the opening act. It's everybody's guess right now, but I think that everybody can figure who'd be the top choice. Living in Rockford.
Louis
Cheap Trick. It's, especially since Rick Nielsen was one of the leading people supporting this when they were trying to get the state to pass it.
Yeah, Cheap Trick had a great song on the original soundtrack of the original Top Gun called Mighty Wings, I think it's called. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I have that soundtrack.
And also another one on there was Tina Marie. You remember her?
Yeah.
You don't hear much of her anymore.
I wanna be your lover, girl.
But when I think of a soundtrack where Cheap Trick did like the title track for that, I really like is Up the Creek.
I remember that movie.
Have you seen that one, Calvin?
Nope. What year was it?
Oh yeah, that's from like the late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, come on, Tim. That's too new.
It's a comedy. It's a comedy.
You know
yeah.
what?
I mean, come on, Tim. This was 1963, Tim. And this is late for me.
That's really cool. I always love the opening scene in Some Kind of Wonderful when Mary Stuart Masterson starts playing the drums. That is so cool.
Oh yeah.
You ever seen that movie, Some Kind of Wonderful, Jorgen?
I've heard of it, no, but I haven't seen it. There are some great songs on the soundtrack. I think
Yeah.
song does.
And I love that last song in the movie, Lick the Tins. Their cover of Can't Help Falling in Love with You.
I think that the title track is title is made by Blow Monkeys. It's a great song.
Grand Funk Railroad had hit with the song Some Kind of Wonderful.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s. I
don't think the Blow Monkeys would sound like them, though.
Yeah, but hi, Paul. Well, Elsie.
Digging your scene.
And I might have been confused, but Blow Monkeys did a song called Some
Hey,
Kind
Paul.
of.
Yeah, see, of course, when I think of John Hughes, have to remember he's from the Chicago area. I've been over there where I've been in the town that he lived in, which it was, which isn't too far from me really, and so and he's on that. He was a producer of like that one, along with all the so many others in the '80s that got to be hits. And he also worked on the like on the first one or two vacation movies also.
Who here remembers these two movies?
Oh no. I have the soundtrack of Labyrinth. I have the soundtrack of both of these.
These are amazing movies.
Yeah, I've seen both of them. Saw Top Gun when it came out, and
I've seen Top
And here's
Gun.
my favorite character, if I can zoom in on him. The guy riding the dog, Sir Didymus. I love him. He's cool. And it's like a digibook. And it's got pictures inside and stuff like that, and all the talks about the movie and everything. And this is the original cover art from Labyrinth. I just love this movie. And one of my favorite songs in here is As the World Falls Down. And this one here, Top Gun, before you make me small, this one here, I originally saw this in the theater back in Montreal when I was like 16 years old with my dad at this very famous theater called the Imperial Theater. And they had the best sound system. At the beginning, when the planes were taking off the aircraft carrier, you could hear it everywhere. You could feel the vibrations in the seats. That's how good the sound was.
try to remember what year was the first one released. I know I saw it in the theater. And
This is 1986. I wonder why they waited so long to do the sequel till now.
I can't remember the dates. If it was around the time my sister got married, where I came back to the States, and because
Keep me big. I have 2 albums to show.
They probably had to wait till Tom Cruise needed some money.
Yeah, I was going to say that also. I think that it has something to do with Tom Cruise not wanting to do it until now.
But apparently, Tom Cruise also flies one of the planes in it too. So first we have this one, Elton John live in Australia with the Melbourne Orchestra.
I have that album.
Yeah, this is a great album.
I got it when it first came out.
And her first solo album after the Go-Go's, Belinda.
I have that on cassette.
I
used to have it on cassette. Now I got it on vinyl. So this is a great album.
Not her best, but okay.
Oh, I like this album, Jorgen. I think it's pretty good. Okay, you make me small now.
So
Yeah, get Jurgen. Yeah.
So
Disagree with Jurgen.
Everybody's going. I got one for mine.
Okay, Jorgen, 1, 2, 3. Let's hold up our Elton Johns together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. There we are. Nice.
I still think we should go with the 4 members of Bonanza.
Now your mission is to get that Elton John album. Well, I think that the problem with this is that the melodies are actually better on the following albums, Heaven on Earth and Runaway Horses. I think that the first album, Mad About You, is a good song, but I think melodies are a little bit, you can tell that it's not developed yet. Or maybe it's because he doesn't have a regular producer.
Yeah. Well, you see that a lot with people that go solo. I'll show you one that I was just listening to yesterday. Let me make myself big again. Calvin might know who this guy is.
Emmett Rhodes. Not familiar with him.
I'm not sure who that is.
He was in the merry-go-round. The lead singer of them, which was like a 60s garage or psychedelic band. And I don't have any of their albums, but some people I know, some of my friends from the BC back 10 years ago would talk about this album. And I found it one day at Salvation Army. It was like a 25 or 50 cents I paid for it, and it's a real good album. It's his first solo album. So that might be somebody that might want to look for when you go. Also, when you however you want to get it.
Well, JJ, he's doing another Mission Impossible sequel. Unfortunately, how many is he going to do, man?
Too many. I think the first one was too many.
Probably until he gets killed off.
No, I don't know if that'll happen, but
I just stick to the original TV show, and then when they
me
redid the
too.
TV show.
I thought the movies were pretty decent. I have all of them in my collection. So
I can't remember. That might be a series that's on Paramount Plus. James.
Mm-hmm.
Original Mission Impossible series.
Because I know I got into the newer one because my dad used to tape the episodes for me, but I was in college and I didn't have a TV in my room.
Oh yeah.
And I wasn't too successful going to the student lounge and saying, "Excuse me, can we turn on Mission Impossible?" So,
for those who are
because it's a really good show with a I don't know how old was Peter Graves then, late 60s.
For those who are interested, the 80s version of Mission Impossible is actually someone has put it up on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
But I think that the first Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie were, as an action movie, it was okay, decent. But as a Mission Impossible, it was horrible. I felt with the main cast from the television series when they said that they were totally disgusted with how Jim Phelps' role was made in the movie as a horny old man with the mafia boss. I think that was totally disgrace against the TV series, in my opinion.
Well, here in America anymore, it seems like we do have stuff that does make sense, and it confuses people in other countries even more.
But it was interesting because I think around 2013, when one of the one of the movies was released, I said that to a young girl at work who was could have been around 19, 20, that I think the television series was way better. I think it is a disgrace towards the movies are disgrace towards the television series. I didn't even know there were a TV series. And then I felt very, very old.
Yeah, they still show MeTV shows Mission Impossible on Sundays. Comes after the Fugitive.
Okay, that's later at night, isn't it? Or early in the morning.
I think Fugitive starts. My time is 2:00 Eastern, and then I think Mission Impossible comes on at 3 a.m.
Okay, yeah, I'm sound asleep at that time.
But I think I need to find another place to try to find the Fugitive, because watching it on MeTV is like watching it as it first came out, because it's a Sunday only program, and it's series. It's not like every episode is a new thing. It's a continuing story. So it's like it's taking you as long to go through his whole story as if you were watching it the first time, because you only get one episode a week. It's not like Little House on the Prairie that Cozy TV does like 4 episodes a day.
Wow.
I wonder, did they have it on like Tubi or something, a channel like that?
I don't think so. I gotta look though.
Like,
Well, I know
just
on
like Tubi on
MTV
Pluto.
they have all the Ed Sullivan shows. I've been told.
It might be on Pluto. Pluto's a lot of stuff, and then Pluto's putting a lot of this stuff on demand now that you don't have to. You don't have to wait till it actually shows up on Tubi. On Pluto on its regular schedule. You can just watch the on-demand stuff.
And Joe Mayo watches on Saturday nights on MeTV. He watches Svengoolie.
Paul watches that every week. Paul from Seckles Platters.
A couple of years ago, he was telling us about that he was watching Svengoolie when he was doing a live stream, Joe Mayo, and he said he was watching Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Well, I was going to say on Cinema Vault Classics back on Sunday, I was surprised they were showing Head on there, the Monkeys movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were showing it on Cinema Vault Classics.
On what?
Cinema Vault Classics. It's like I have a Roku. I have a Roku devices. Actually, 2 of them, and they have a Roku channel on there, which is sort of like Pluto, where you can do live, like the live TV stuff. And Cinema Vault Classics is there's 3 different Cinema Vault channels on there. One from the classics, or actually 4. There's westerns, classics, 70s, and 80s. And they started on Cinema Vault Classics. See, Cinema Vault is actually out of Canada, but they show them on the Roku channel, that stuff. So, and so I also usually check when I feel like watching a movie. I'll usually check what's on Cinema Vault or on the Roku channel ones, and then check on what's on the Pluto channel ones to decide what I want.
Because I'd like to see Head again, just to see if it makes any more sense than it did the first time I saw it.
I know it does get confusing, but I had to turn it off because Sunday because of my migraine that I was having at the time. Well,
in my opinion, their best song of all time is in that movie.
Which one's that?
The Porpoise song.
Okay.
I think Carole King wrote it.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So Calvin and Tim, I don't know if you're going to get this, but this is a line from a movie. Let's see if you guys can guess what movie it's from. I'll buy that for $1.
There was many movies that.
RoboCop. The original.
I've seen that one. It was a long time ago, though.
Yeah.
And what year was that, James?
That was 1987.
Okay. So from 1 to 100, what's the chances that I saw a movie from 1987?
0.
Exactly.
Heck, even the 77, the ones from 77's like that with them.
Well, let's hope you've all seen Star Wars. I mean, come on. That's
I did see Star Wars.
Calvin is the kind of guy who thinks that Ghostbusters was a hit song only.
Well,
I did see Ghostbusters. I did see that. And I did see Star Wars when it came out.
Yeah, had to do that. Well, I think it's time to end the show. We've gone over 2 hours now. So thank you, all of you panelists, for joining me up here. And also thank you, all of you in the Peanut Gallery. We have had a lot of newer people on here, too, that haven't popped in. Lisa and I have been talked in some other people's streams and stuff. But like with Richard, I his name I don't recognize, but we had a lot of good chats in the peanut gallery also.
Oh yes, we did.
So until next time, take it easy and keep on rocking.
Keep on rocking me, baby.
See
All right,
ya.
Morgan, I'll see you on Friday. Ciao,
See you,
everyone.
everybody.